things are like pretty people to your stream, whether those are like people you invited earlier or people who request to join while you're streaming. You can set like different overlays that can show like what's the game is like. Oh, sorry, one sec. To show like the progress of the game and everything. And then after you go from one step to another, you basically get like all this stuff going, keeping the score, changing the overlay, changing the scenes, and you can get to a certain level where you can create like very sophisticated formats with like pretty easy steps building the format. So you have like the building blocks, and then you can play with the building blocks to affect each other, and you can generate different kinds of games and like basically get to like.
You supply a bank of questions and things like that for things like
yeah, at least like when we start, we want to make it super easy for them to do that. So yeah, basically yeah. So we supply like a list of questions, or you can change it. You saw like when you go to like the input question here, you can basically change it, do whatever you want. You can always like randomize like new questions just to make it easy for them. Those are like the first users, beta users. You want to make it like super easy, and basically this is what we do. Actually, we do the same for the debate thing, and we have now a Wheel of Fortune format and a speed dating format. We're going to tweak some of the formats to have like sub formats. Like, let's say the debate would be like speed debate, like a debate roulette, where you get like some audience, some guy from the audience, just like having like a short debate. Someone gets like kicked, you get someone new, all this stuff, which is like pretty exciting and gets like a lot of engagement. And right now, we see like we're starting to see like how it affects their engagement, and this is like so cool to see having like unique types of formats and the engagement that it gets.
I saw the icons. There was a pro version of it. Are you upselling that version to the creator that wants to pay more, or?
So for now, it's like a bait just to see like what they're interested in more. Like some of those things are not like really like functional. It's just like a method for us to understand what they're looking for, and if they press it, we track it, and then we know what's like more like what has like priority on top of like other things to develop.
Yeah, I'm sure that if you're a creator that's making a lot of money, like you wouldn't mind paying
Yeah.
money to have access to certain formats that the free version doesn't
Exactly.
have.
To have like premium formats. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at some point, if everybody uses this, everybody gets used to the same games and gets used to the same thing. So at some point, you have to tier it so that some of these things are like very unique that only the top can get.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the formats will have to be like unique and like you should gain like access to. And I think that like getting to like the next stage, which is the future, but still getting to a place where people will be able to generate their own formats and coming up with their own formats is like a very good way to scale it without our intervention, which would be like something really cool. And they can always like innovate. And you have to see like what they do today. Like I can even show you like today they are going to like TikTok. They have like a whiteboard behind them. They're playing hangman with the people from the audience. And like they're trying like different ways. They put Kahoot on a big screen behind them. They're trying to generate these things because they know it generates a lot of engagement. And like we're like giving you this like out of the box. You can wake up Monday, create like a Wheel of Fortune thing. You can wake up Tuesday and say like, okay, I want to create this trivia game show. And this is like for them, it's like mind blowing because like working on each and every one of these things is so hard for them, and it takes like such a long time to prepare. And while you're streaming, making sure that everything works is like so hard. Managing everything when you're an individual.
I wonder what prevents a TikTok from starting putting some of these things as features in their videos. I mean, obviously, you can definitely build a back end that's much stronger because that's not what TikTok does for a living.
Yeah.
Right? So they're not going to have a full production suite for creators. But the way Snap or the way all these big platforms ultimately either bring filters or bring things that enhance the creator's ability to produce. So I wonder, a company that's a bit more modern thinking like TikTok, prevents them from
I
doing
have to
this,
tell you
then
that it's like I know that on the surface it looks like okay, there is like this overlay of a Wheel of Fortune and these things like, but like structuring everything and having like a logic that keeps track of like contestants that join the stream, like the
yeah,
votes,
yeah,
all this
yeah,
stuff,
I,
and
I totally get that.
this
Totally get
gets to like a point where like in like this is only like what we started with. Think of like more complicated like types of like games and game shows that have like logic inside it. I can see TikTok doing that. I can definitely see them like having like different overlays that can get some engagement. And this is not unique at all. I'm talking about like the mechanism that you can always like bring more and more and more stuff and build like very sophisticated shows. I think this is like an advantage and something that like eventually will be an IP that is super hard to replicate.
What are you doing? Are you doing anything in terms of sports?
Not yet, but we thought about it because we know it excites a lot of like people around the globe. So
It's
yeah,
massive.
yeah, it's crazy. Like people are so excited about it. Actually, we have like several creators that create like some types of like sports shows. I think we should definitely think about it. It's an interesting space.
Oh, super interesting. I think the more you build it into a full production suite
Yeah,
for creators, it'll be fantastic.
yeah.
I don't know what are the things that you think, what are the next hurdles or things you gotta get through and you may need help with.
So now we want to like we focus on the closing the round, which is like this is like awful. This is like all legal and all this stuff. This is awful. We need to find like someone who can field like 750 to like 900K left. We have like several opportunities. I don't know if they are like the best fit, and I'm not comfortable with it enough. So I'll have to like wait and see. I'm really happy with the lead. So probably we're not going to change it even if we get like other offers, unless they are like crazy offers. And yeah, basically like closing around hiring. This would be like a pain as well. Building a good team, which would be like work on like two locations. One would be like half of the team would be in the US and the R&D would be in Israel. So it's like I have like a lot to do to handle like in the next
So
like few.
so far, how you've had seen investors to build this product, or you kind of bootstrapped it?
No, we bootstrapped it and we just like took like a small like safe just to like you know start things. We came very prepared to this process. We knew that we were building something for a space which is not like traditional SaaS for like small businesses or like enterprise or something like that. So we came prepared. We knew that like we want to build something that is like big, and we made enough money before that. So you know we had enough. And now it's good because like this is a very good place to raise funds where you actually see some like you see like people are excited, you see signups on a constant rate, you start like seeing like the beta going on, and like it's really cool.
Amazing. And what did you do this before this? It's a
Oh, so um, I had another startup like 5 or 6 years ago. I built this like SaaS tool for small businesses. We got to a point I had like a team of around 16, 17, 600K ARR. It was difficult to like maintain and scale. So after a while, we just like sold part of it. I still like get like nice royalties from it, which is it's cool. In my previous background, I started like I'm pretty much a nerd, so I started coding when I was around 7 years old, like super nerd, doing all this like hacking as a young teenager, and I dealt a lot with like mathematics because I was like very good with math. And after the army, I didn't want to deal with all this in the army, so I was like a combat engineer officer. And after the army, I just like started doing like a lot of consulting to like big technological companies because like I I can solve problems like for like when I see like problems, I usually like find ways like technical ways to like solve them. So like they usually hired me to like solve like big designs of like systems or things like that, usually around data or the data processing, things like that. I work with like big companies as well as like small companies, and I worked with the Israeli Security Agency and the Mossad for like 6 or 7 years as like advisor. And yeah, basically after the after the previous venture, I started mentoring others as well. So I made like enough mistakes as a young CEO, which I make now today as well, at least to tell others what not to do. And yeah, so I tried to like help a lot of CEOs, and I was in touch with like accelerators. And this is how I met actually Shira, my partner. She was a VC investor, and she built like 2 acceleration programs, and she actually invested in them when they were like early stage.
Who?
Dan, the guy that introduced us.
Ah, Dan Brami.
So Dan, he was, she was a part of, like, she was an investor in Tau Ventures, and she invested.
Tau Ventures, right.
Yeah. So this is how so I met her through this program and through like the program that they did with the Israel Security Agency. So basically, we were always like circling around each other. We were very good friends. And like, yeah, like 3.5 years ago, we met and we said like, okay, fuck this, we're going to build something big together. Let's go crazy.
I know. That's listen, super interesting space, and yeah, I mean, you know, definitely great to meet you. Definitely to hear the vision. I think it's super promising product. If there's any way that I can help, you know, just
I don't know, like, do you have like something in mind, like something that you would like to like have like to be involved in any way? I heard like great things from Dan about you, so like I'm open to like hear everything. Really, like.
Same here. I mean, I you know, should like to be around good products and good founding teams. You know, and I'm pretty versatile. I can help fundraise. I can help bring people. I can help staff. I can give my 2 cents if they're worth on the product.
So sounds very good. Like if you can help like with the fundraising, then like business development later on, or if you want to participate in this round, I think it could be like a very good way to facilitate something that could be like, you know, we will build it somehow together. You will join the team in a way. I don't know if you do that, like, but still.
I do it. I am right now in terms of investment. I can make my first investments in probably December 2020 or
2022,
2023, which is when my BuzzFeed stock gets
got it
out of lockup. Because we're launching, I put essentially all my investment I'm putting on the SPAC we're launching now. But I would like to, if not on this round, maybe on the next one.
Yeah.
If we sort of, you know, we got, assuming that you will raise in 2023 as well.
Yeah.
But I can. You know, I'm totally flexible in which ways we can try to find a way to collaborate.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. Like maybe like let's like think about like different ways. Like for like 2-3 days, we can definitely meet face to face, and then we can see like how we can work together. I think this would be like the best way. And anyways, like I would love to like meet you, sit for like a coffee together.
For sure.
And like I think like the best way is to like keep in touch, like have like a meeting face to face, and then like if you can help us with like first with like the fundraising, we can even like take your advice, then hiring and all this stuff, strategy, and then later on maybe you'll find like you could invest, and then you can have like more like in a way you will have like a skin in the game, and you will be a part of it.
Yeah. I
definitely
think it's something I want to keep my eyes on, because I believe so meeting you and seeing that you have, you're a great communicator, you have the energy, like you have the passion for the product, like you come across as a great founder.
Thank you.
So I definitely like to be on. Definitely would like to explore being an investor next year. And in the meantime, let's try to find a way to sort of get involved with each other, and
let's try to schedule even for like next week or the week after, like just like to meet face to face and start things going.
Yeah, I'm off to Brazil and the US this Sunday. I think I'm back on the 23rd of February. After the 23rd, let's set a meeting and meet face to face, and
let's try to do it like in the week when you get back, because I'm going to the US by the end of February. So like somewhere
Yeah,
around
maybe
the,
maybe 24th, 25th.
yeah, let's try to do that. Like we can even put it on the calendar tentatively, and like if we need to move it, we move
Yeah,
it.
should
Sounds
be
good.
some options that work for you
Yeah,
on the week of
the 23rd. Yeah.
I'm
Mm.
back on the 23rd at night.
Yeah. So let's do
Maybe
like maybe like
24th.
27th. Oh, I don't know if I'll be here.
The 24th, you're not here?
24th. Maybe let's do 24th.
24th is
Yeah.
Hamishi.
If you want to move it later on, just like feel free. Like if you're tired or something.
Yeah, but I mean Hamishi, I should be able to.
Yeah. Let's do חמישי בשעה טובה, בשעה כזאת נוחה.
אוקיי, יופי.
יאללה, סבבה?
יהיה בקשר על הזמן.
כן, נשמע מעולה. זהו, וזה...
אבל ממש כל הכבוד.
אוי, תודה, זה לא קל, זה לא קל.
מה זה קל?
כן, אין קל היום, אם זה קל, כולם עושים את זה.
אין קל היום, קל היום.
בכל מקרה, באמת, תודה על הזמן, אני שמח שנפגשנו, אני חושב שזה יהיה מגניב, נשאר בקשר ונבנה את זה איכשהו ביחד, איכשהו תהיה מעורב, זה יכול להיות ממש טוב. אני, כל מישהו שהוא בן אדם טוב, חכם, משכיל, שיכול להוסיף, אני לוקח את זה בשתי ידיים, כי אני יודע כמה זה קשה, התנסיתי בזה בעבר, וכל דבר כזה, לעטוף את עצמך באנשים טובים, זה קריטי, זה קריטי.
כן, אני מסכים.
כן, אחי, זה קשה, זה... It's like fighting like, you know, windmills, like it's like, it's not easy,
yeah.
Especially like these types of products, they're not like easy to build. It's a bit crazy, and you need like a strong team around you.
It's a different investor and it's a different sale. But
yeah.
Listen, I think people who are doing software and SaaS don't realize that there's billions of people creating content
exactly.
on TikTok and on social media, and you know.
And you know, it's like such a, we're so excited because we saw like our like TikTok and everything lowered the bar to like you know, to like publish yourself and like putting yourself out there.
Yeah, everybody can.
Yeah, and then like what you get is like most of the people create this like shitty content and they want to create something that is better. So now we see like how it affects us, how it helps us, because like a lot of people they look for ways to make like better content that can actually generate money because they're stuck in this like twilight zone of like, oh, I'm creating something, but it's something that I can make a living off. And this is like the pain point that we said like, oh, okay, this is, if we help them with this, they will take it like no matter what. This is so good.
I agree.
It's so cool. So dude, like let's do like 24th and like let's try to like find a way to.
So I meet and yeah. You know, I'll come prepared with some other ideas and some other thoughts.
Sounds cool.
And then we'll have a cup of coffee.
If you have something like until then and you think like there is like an opportunity, some introduction, something like that, just like email me. I'll try to be like as responsive as possible.
No worries.
Sounds good?
I have a lot to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, thank you, and I appreciate it. I'll tell Dan thanks for like introducing us. I'm really happy that we met.
Pleasure is all mine. Kol hakavod. And again, you know, I think you know, it's a bright project with a great future. And
thank you.
Definitely, you know.
I appreciate it. It's good to hear it. It encourages you. It's good.
No, it is good.
Thank you.
And I think you took a creative angle to it, which if you're working in this type of business, you need to have it. You know,
yeah.
If you be like too technical and sort of the demo is like about what the system and the software can do, like, you know, no.
It never works. It never works with these guys. Like even like the creators themselves, it never works. They want to see like they want, you know, the taste. They want to smell. They want to have something that is different.
It is a creative. It is, and also you have to, with time, you have to become a great format creator.
Yeah.
And be super innovative. You know, what was the name of the I forgot the name of the game show app that was super hot for
HQ Trivia. HQ Trivia.
Yeah. I thought that was. God, I was a fox at the time.
Dude, this is phenomenal. It was phenomenal, really. Like, and this is like created by only the company, not even user generated in one format. And like, see like how it's generated like all this engagement. It's crazy.
I thought that was one of the most creative things ever made in entertainment.
I agree.
And I don't know what happened over time.
Oh, you know what happened? Like at the end, you know what happened to the CEO? He
Yeah,
committed
he committed
suicide.
suicide. He killed
Yeah,
himself, son, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's why that's why I remember that something. I think that either he killed himself or something. But I thought at the time I was like, wow, what a phenomenon. And he was also a great host. I mean,
yeah.
you watch him.
It was fun to
it
watch.
was
It was
so good.
exciting. Yeah.
It was so good.
And
It was
they made
so good.
money. They made money from sponsorships, from like all these transactions. They
They made a
made
lot of
money.
money. I mean, at some point they were giving away a lot of money too. I mean, a lot
Yeah,
of prize money.
yeah,
So this reminded me a lot of that.
yeah. I agree. So it's like HQ trivia generated by users, and not only one format of trivia. Like you can have like different
Right.
types of
Right.
formats. Yeah, basically yes.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, Itzik, thank you so much for your time. I
Sure
appreciate
thing.
it. Kol hakavod.
Happy to meet you,
I
Emiliano.
look
We'll
forward
keep in
to meeting
touch.
in person and keep thinking.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Ah, я звонил еще. Ну, наверное. Я думаю, говорю, не, я оставлю сообщение, чтобы меня нашел. Позвонил, может быть. Они были закрыты, они работают сегодня с 2 до 6. Ну не Макаби, а это, да. Ей надо заказывать очень через ее. Я забежал на секундочку, поздоровался с ней, побежал, потому что одна баба орала на весь плюс. Все, уже поздно, не заходи. Я говорю, я могу зайти? Я уже здесь. Я говорю, могу сказать, поздороваться и уйти. Нет, нет. Я пошел, поздоровался и ушел. 嗯。 Mas
היכולות שלהם של בני 5, היכולות שלהם של בני 2, והסבלנות שלך היא 0. הנה, הוא עשה לנו קיבלו, עכשיו תעבדים. תראה אותה, היא יושבת פה. תודה רבה. אבל תראה לי, אחלה, לא הייתי יכולה לעשות את זה יותר טוב לעצמי. תצחקי, הישיבה לא ישיבה לקנדה, ורציתי לשאול אותה להפוך ממוצע. חמור.
זה היה סקר פעם.
הגיוני. זה דאטה אינסטרומנטלי התאבדותי.
אינסטרומנטלי התאבדותי? לא יודעת מה זה אומר.
כן, אינסטרומנט התאבדותי.
וואו.
אני מאוד נהניתי מהשווארמה, ולא בגלל שהיא הייתה שווארמה טעימה.
היא לא הייתה טעימה, היא הייתה בשערה.
כן, אבל היא הייתה שווארמה, וזה מה שחשוב. שווארמה מאוד יבשה, מאוד, מוגזם. אגב, גם עם אפס תפנוקים. תן לי קצת חריפות, תן לי קצת זה.
משהו מוזיקה.
שרריסטי לאנשים, יגיד לה. כן, אני בהיריון.
זה אופן ספייס בזה שלהם.
כן. זה נורא.
מקסים.
את מקסימה. מקסימה. יום אחד אולי תפרוס כנפיים. יום אחד תראה שלך. יום אחד אולי תפרוס כנפיים. אישה שלי מעמוד ב3:30, לא 4:30.
Everywhere I go, bitches know I am. Every place I go, know I am. Turn around for me, niggas know I got them. Pillow in that pants, pillow in the Cayenne. Niggas that sound like you, know I am. Nigga, I am the future. Nigga, I'm from New York, niggas in the Yo, yeah, my niggas grinding. Don't mistake my own shit. And that's right. I got things that clearly just kept walking. I know these are the ends of life without walking. Now just riding away. Gotta take God, amen. Try to put me on my game. Niggas know we not them. Hands on the back of my game. Yeah, I got them. And I'm in my clip. Summer shine. Best things in my clip. Always got them. Evil boys try to take my soul. That's why I made it out the trenches. Thank the Lord, amen. So the you gotta put days out. They want me to fall off. No stop. I get it in, I split it. Yeah, that's no option. Niggas, they be switching up like seasons. I'ma keep it real just for one reason. Amen. Kill all my demons.